Hello everybody, Mr. Pilgrim here, coming at you with our 5th video in our Platinum Trophy Guide for the last hero of Nostalgaia. In the last video we'd gone through Warlock's Wilds and unlocked a few things, continued some NPC questlines and started a new one, as well as made our way up and into the Keep of the Stolen Crown. Like always in these guides, I'm going to show you how to progress through these areas, how to grab all the items that I know how to get, as well as continue and complete any and all NPC questlines that are possible given the circumstances. So starting off here, we're just going to immediately head through. Now if you didn't talk to Vengeance just up on the bridge, then you should do so now before continuing on. But once ready, we'll head in through this little area here. Just up here, we'll come to the right to find an item. Then we'll follow this path around. Nothing that too much to find in this little area here. As you'll see, it's pretty bare bones. But once you get up to a certain point up here, you'll basically just turn around, like so. Come over here and grab this item, an unburdened shield. Turn around and you'll find Blood of a Forgotten NPC. Then from here we'll just follow this around. And we'll eventually reach a garden. Like so. From here you basically just want to hug this right side all the way around. And then you'll come up here, as you'll see. Pretty crazy. But you'll turn around again. And then just up here, you'll grab our next rune. It's a little tricky to see at certain angles because of the darkness. But if you then continue holding around to this right, you'll come forward here and into this little graveyard for the memory of an NPC zone boss. Then from here, we'll continue more or less hugging this right side until you get to here. And then we can finally enter.
I shall not interfere. Prove your worth, hero.
The rehabilitation pits. Like I said before, if you don't have a torch, you will now be given one, which we can then put in our offhand, like so. This is important, so you will need it. So what you're going to want to do is immediately light all of these little torches that you can. Right here. Right here. And right here. Now we're going to be lighting all of those torches because those are tied to a trophy. I will show you where you can find and grab all of those. Here we have our next beacon, as well as another area to summon the blacksmith to upgrade our stuff. Like so.
We cracked him up the iron still almost might be able to.
Now from here I'll just upgrade my weapon as much as I can. Like so.
Thank you.
And like always, I'll show you guys going forward, where to go, and all of that good jazz. Alrighty, now from here we're just gonna head on out and down, just lighting all of these torches that we can. Like I said, I'm gonna show you where to find all of them. In this first cell you'll find Fable of Glitch. We'll find another torch to light. We'll follow this around. Put one more on the bottom floor. We'll head into this cell right here that has a broken wall, another broken wall, and once again another broken wall. Here you'll find the tunics set, and inside here we'll find another torch. Following this path up and around, you'll find another torch over here.
You are cloistered because you have sinned. Sin pixelates your flesh because it ravages.
Then you'll find one to the right,
Wrongness swells.
and then we'll head off to the left. Before proceeding, there's one right here. Then there's one more right here. Then we'll head inside this room here to head on up. Heading inside here, and on the left you'll find a memory of an NPC zone boss. You'll find one over here. And then you can head out, and here you'll find one more. And then you'll find an item over here, an unburdened weapon. Now to progress, if you come back the way you came, you'll need to drop down into this hole right here. As you'll see, you'll be on the other side of the bars. And here you can find one more. Following this up and around, here you'll find the dungeon gate key. Then you'll find one more right here. Then from here, it's more or less only one way to go. You'll come over here and light this one right here. Then you'll head on up to find this one right here. Find a memory of an NPC. Then you'll come over here to light this torch. You'll find one last item over here, just behind the reservoir of pain. Then if you head into here, you can find an item just at the end of the hallway. The datum digging dagger. Try saying that 3 times fast. Then if we continue up this rubble over here, we can then head down to grab the stock overflow code. Then if we drop down here, we can unlock a shortcut all the way back to the bottom floor, as you'll see right here. Now heading on up. From here, you're just going to more or less maneuver your way around this debris, in a sense, and then you can just shimmy your way up. Now, the last few torches are going to be found just inside this hallway here. As you'll see, you've got the remaining 4 or so. There's a few items in some of these cells, so just be on the lookout, but there's also enemies in all of them. So just keep that in mind. Then once you get this last one lit, you should get your trophy. If not, then you probably missed one along the way. And now we can be done with that. From here, we'll head down.
Hero!
And before talking to Lady So, we can grab this item here, the Usurper's Bloodletter.
This is what I would know. Nearly please convince.
Now then, we can continue Lady So's quest, but we
Your
have to
kind
find her
once
something.
upheld all worth saving. They ushered change to that worth changing. 'Twas not always their own wills they served.
Anyways, now we can head out to the Keep of the Stolen Crown. If we come off here over to the left, we'll find a bunch of these boxes and things. You can break them and just get them out of your way. They don't hurt you, so don't worry. The spiked traps, I mean. But you can find 2 items over here. And if I remember correctly, both of these are blocked. And then the last one you can actually go into over here for one last item, another memory. Then from here we're going to unlock our next shortcut right over here. As you'll see, this now leads back out. So we'll just activate the drawbridge. And then we can rest at the beacon and then proceed forward. Here we have our next one of those NPC dudes, and this is the last one we'll have to deal with.
Robert Davis! Robert Davis!
As you'll see, he's not too bad. Oh, just short. Just short again, oh man. As you can see, the R2 combo does well. Once it actually does hit. Oh man, that is brutal. But once he goes down, that will be the anti-hero of tight ass kickers. Long name for a pair of pants. But now we can head through the upper area and continue some quest lines along the way. Alrighty, from here we're going to proceed forward into this area once it loads. Now you have a couple of options on paths that you can take, but they all will eventually lead to the same spot. So how I like to do this is come off to the right and then follow this up. Grab this item here. Then follow this down. Grab this item here. Then turn around and then you'll basically just come over into this area here. Grab this item, the tiny stick figure. And then as you'll see, when I come down here and grab this item, I'm more or less just back across from where we just were. And then if you head up here, this basically will lead to the same spot as well. Now from here, what you have to do is you have to come over here and activate this lever right here to move the staircase to proceed forward. Then from here, we'll take this up. Now the first thing you want to do is just come forward here, and here we'll see Nero and Blade the Bold. Before we interact with them, we'll just grab this item real quickly, and then you would have talked to both of them to continue their quest lines.
We are so they didn't want.
Then you'll talk to Blade.
You kid.
Once they're both done and have exhausted all of their dialogue, you'll basically just come over here. Come inside here first, you'll grab this item, the pop-up code, then you'll come up, follow this around, and here you'll have kind of a area we're going to talk about in just a moment. Just keep it in mind. So now we're going to backtrack, and then follow this path around straight forward, instead of to the right. Follow this all the way up, as you'll see. Then from here we're just going to head up first. Here you'll grab a pill, or I guess not a pill, but anyways, if you come up here and then off to the left, you can find these two items right here, green herb and sliver of tradition. Now we can head back down and then back down again, and then off to the left we can head down one more time. As you'll see, come over here. Here we'll grab the Loot Heroes Loot. Let's try and say that enough times. Here you have a switch that can change this staircase here. as you'll see, and we'll need to grab the item at the top there. Now, proceeding up, this is the item we need to grab and remember for Lady So, the Civilization's form. We'll have to do that later, but for now we'll just hold on to it. Coming into this room here on the right, we'll have a memory of a corrupt hero. Now, instead of taking the stairs up, if we take these stairs down, these basically lead back to where we just were. So we'll find a fireplace stone, and as you'll see right here, we've now just kind of gone in a circle. So now if we head back and on up, we then can take this staircase up, and here, as you'll see, we have another lever to interact with. So then we'll head all the way back down over to here, come into this room here and reactivate this lever. And then, as you can see from here, now we can proceed forward and move on up. Now make your way up and we'll follow this path around. As you'll see here, we'll kind of be at the very end of the area. So first things first, if you come down here to the right, you can grab this item here. Then if we head back up, you'll then need to activate this lever here to move this staircase right next to it. Then this will lead us to this lever here, which will move that staircase. So then we'll need to move this one back. Then from here we can head on up here, and then we have one last lever we'll need to activate, as you'll see right here. Then we basically have to go back and then move all of them back, or at least, yeah, we need to at least move all of them. This one at least 2 more times, and one more than that one. Do be careful of these stairs moving you, they might accidentally move you off. And then one last pull gets us to the top. Ah, bless me.
This keep is rank with conviction and pride. Perhaps your patheticness preserves you from such folly.
Maybe it does. Once again, we have the Reservoir of Pain here, which we're going to ignore. If we come off here over to the left, instead of proceeding forward, if you come off to the right over here and open up this door, we have our next beacon. Huzzah! But not only that, I'll also show you that we have, once this is done, if we come behind here and through this door, we unlock our first shortcut all the way back to the bottom. As you'll see here, ta-da! This will come in handy in just a moment, as we're going to need to backtrack after remembering that armor we just picked up for Lady So, who's still in the rehabilitation pits. So just keep that in mind. So now we're going to be moving forward from this beacon. Yay! Now heading on through and up, we're just going to follow this main path around to the left. Nothing too crazy to find along the way just yet. Remember correctly, there's an item here to the left. Then we'll head on up. And just over here behind the building, we'll find some access. Then we'll basically follow this around and inside. In here is where you will remember the armor for Lady So. So if you'll scroll all the way down, it's right here. The Civilization's form.
Purify your flesh. Purify your
Ta-da!
heart. Burn the degradation wrought
There we go.
by your desire.
Now you will have to activate this lever to hurt yourself to open the door, but then you can heal right here. Now following this forward, there's a few times where we're going to fall down onto the roofs and then backtrack and come back up. A lot of running upstairs. So the first one that we can get is right here. You'll just walk off and you'll find this item right here, memory of an NPC zone boss. Then from here you can kind of come to the front and kind of fall down just slightly. Take a little bit of damage.
Sin warps you, clings
Oh,
upon
okay.
you. Purify your flesh.
I didn't realize that there was
Purify
something
your
right there.
heart. Burn the degradation wrought by your desire.
Now then, we'll head on up. Again. Yeah, cat, I'm talking to you. But now we can continue on.
Purify your flesh. Purify your heart. Your ego overcomes your essence.
We'll basically just follow this around to the right for now.
Guidance from those who have not.
In here on the back right, you'll find some access. Here we'll find a green herb. Before heading off to the left, if we head off to the right over here, we'll find some more NPC memories. Then heading up, we're going to come off to the left over here for some more access, because why not? Following this around, we'll once again head up.
Salvation comes from the outside in. Do not
Follow this
waver.
around.
Nostalgaia has forgotten her traditions. Force them.
And then we'll follow this path up as well. Like I said, a lot of running. Now from here, we're actually going to fall down to the building below us to grab a key. So you'll then just want to drop down again, right into here. Here you'll grab the key, and then we can drop down again. And in this back room, we'll find the siphon code.
Is next to the Almighty.
Then from here, basically, you just drop down right here. Just follow this down, and that key opens up the door to humility, which is used for a memory. So now I'm going to head all the way back up to that bridge just to save on time.
Humble yourself.
Now from here, instead of dropping down, we'll proceed forward and head on up. Here we've got two items. Some access, and then some meat. Now we can head on down, and we're going to first immediately turn around, and we'll find an item right here, fragment of tradition. Then we're going to head off to the left over here, and we'll find the Foreign Queen's Chill. Now, if we proceed here, we have two shortcut paths. The first one we can get is right here. This leads all the way back to the beacon that we were just at, down below. And then this other one will be after we beat the boss. So before heading up, you'll come into here. And for some reason, sometimes this room will be filled with enemies and sometimes it won't. I'm not exactly sure what causes it to be like that. Obviously, I am going to show a clip of that probably at the end of this video so you can see what is in here, as it's just a bunch of enemies kneeling and there's one big guy walking around. Maybe for you, he'll be there. But anyways, if we follow this around, we can get a fragment of tradition, and then coming through into this room here, we can get a memory of a corrupt hero. And then if we come back out, and here we go, we'll get a teeny tiny cardboard box, and then I'm going to see if maybe quitting out will reset this. We'll see. And no. Okay, well, we tried. Like I said, I'm not sure what causes it to happen, or causes the enemies to deload. But anyways, if we proceed up the stairs, we'll first turn around, grab these items, grab this green herb. We've got two things we can unprez. First, this chest for 3,500 memory, which gets us the Runed Uplifting Barbell, which basically increases our equip load. Then we have this door for 7,500. A bit expensive, I should say. But it'll lead us up to this little hidden area. And here we can grab the security code. Now then, if we proceed back down, we're then going to head all the way back to give this armor to Lady So. So you'll basically just want to take the shortest path, which I'll show you. So we'll take the shortcut elevators all the way back down to the start, and then re-enter the rehabilitation pits. With some loading, maybe this might respawn the enemies. Then from here, we'll take this one down as well. There we go. Then from here, you'll just head back out. Come off to the left. Turn around. And we'll take this back door, which has the staircase here. Once it loads, there we go. Then from here, we'll give her the armor.
Perhaps when one is you found. Oh,
There we go.
Now that there's much of thank you.
Like always, once she's ready, we'll proceed forward. I'm going to head back up both of the shortcut elevators, and I'll see you back at the top. Okay, so for some reason, heading back down and then coming back up will actually load the enemies in this room. So I'm going to quickly show you what it looks like. As you'll see, a bunch of enemies and then a big guy, like I said. So I'm going to quickly take it out and show you what you get for, you basically get that big guy's paddle. I'll maybe see if I can just lure him out. I think we can. Which should be good. As always, the tried and true okay, I guess this works. But as you see, you get the civilizer, and then I guess you aggro some of the enemies. But basically that's about it, so now we can head up and take on the boss with Lady So.
So close. So close.
From here, we'll basically just follow this up. Once it loads, there we go.
The threshold of the fanatic sacristy. Last of the Great One lieutenants. Almighty guide you, my friend.
Shall we end?
Now we'll talk to Lady So, and we'll go forth and end this together. Once ready, we'll enter the boss arena. Once ready, we can head inside and take on Wunderschonenburg. She's a very agile boss, as you can see. It's best to wait for her to attack and then just react based on what she does. As you can see, once you kind of get that down, it becomes somewhat of an easier boss fight. And then if she happens to draw aggro onto Lady So, do be careful though, if she does get stuck in certain corners, it does make it kind of hard to deal with her, because her move and hitbox are kind of just eh. Like I said, the very agileness and that was almost a one-shot, which is terrible. But just like that, she goes down. And you get our next trophy. Now we can talk to Lady So.
I would.
Then from here we can head on through.
Restore him.
And finally find the king.
What have you done? Evil sticks! Ruination of tradition! Breaker of meaning! Your story is over. Roll credits! Stop!
This hero's story endures.
Oh man, that was close. Don't forget to grab the memory of a monarch.
So you is by me. Return you.
So now we can head on down. Obviously, first we can head on up and find a secret little room. I don't think that there's anything to actually grab up here, but it'll be for memory probably. But for now, we're just going to head back down, head down again, and here we unlock our second shortcut that I had mentioned earlier, as you'll see right here. And then we're basically just going to head all the way back outside to the start of the Keep of the Stolen Crown. Once this loads, there we go, as you'll see, ta-da, we're back. Then we'll take this down, A lot of elevators for sure. But thankfully, we have them as shortcuts. Go. One more elevator and then we're almost done with this episode. Just bear with me a little bit longer, please. There we go. Now from here, it's just a straight run to get outside, and then we can be done once we talk to 2 NPCs. Now, there is one thing I want to say right now. I did forget something in the Warlock's Wilds episode, which I will go over at the very beginning of the next episode. For now, I'm just going to end this one after talking to the 2 NPCs over here.
You should not give up.
Such is your nature. Yet you know.
Perhaps
And the such as I thought.
the success of
It is done. The fanatic, but the crime is now. Forgive what she here. It too has been
Here
forgotten.
you get the heirloom
Good
from
tradition
Vengeance.
died with the good tradition.
Then you'll talk to the old man,
Meet me within this.
and then he'll want us to go to the shortcut area at the end, or in Warlock's Wilds, to reach NPC City. But like I said, this is where I'm going to end this video. As always, this has been Mr. Pilgrim. I do hope that these videos and guides are helpful or informative in any way, shape, or form. But I will see you all in the next video.